Owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing we'll ever do. Brene Brown. Welcome back to the Mind Your Business Mentor podcast, where we help individuals who want to be entrepreneurs build a life and not just a business. Today's episode is all about accepting who we are and owning it in life and in business. We often try to mold ourselves to what we think others want from us and who they want us to be. But true success comes from being authentic and owning our unique qualities. This episode will explore the power of self acceptance and how powerful that self acceptance can be for you and to your success. At MYB Lifestyle, we believe in the 5D philosophy: decide, discover, develop, deliver, and dominate. The first step in the philosophy is to decide who we are and what we stand for. It's essential to identify your strengths, values, and goals. Once you have a clear understanding of who you are, you can discover what makes you unique and use that to your advantage. Many people struggle with self acceptance because they compare themselves to others or worry about being judged. However, it's essential to remember that everyone has something valuable to offer, and your uniqueness is what sets you apart. Embracing your individuality can help you stand out in a crowded marketplace and attract the love, the life, the customers, everybody and everything who resonates with your values and your message. In the previous episode, Fear of Failure, How to Overcome It and Succeed, I shared some things about myself. I have to say it felt pretty good to say those things out loud because a couple of those things I shared, I had just admitted them to myself for the first time. I didn't know that I cared about what other people thought of me. And if I'm being honest, I still don't think that I care about what other people think, but my actions say differently. It took me so long to put myself out there again because deep down, I didn't think I was good enough, successful enough, confident enough, consistent enough, and so on. I know that I have a few skills and that I can be pretty creative, but something was missing. I was struggling with self acceptance. Maybe not in the way that you're thinking. My self acceptance struggle was an inner battle in the sense that I seen myself one way, but I was operating in another. I wasn't living my truth. I wasn't living my life to its fullest potential. And I may not have shown that on the outside, but I knew. And because I knew, I didn't think that I could hide it, so I just stayed hidden to myself, where no one else could see what was really going on or what I was going through. That behavior was different for me, and I didn't think that anybody else, especially those who knew me, would understand. Now, I have to tell you about the story of the boardroom. I was sitting talking with a friend one day, venting, complaining, and fussing about things that I could change but wasn't making an effort to. So, in other words, I should have just kept quiet. Then all of a sudden, I could no longer hear my friend's voice, but I could hear some other voices in the room. I was daydreaming, unlike I had ever done before. I was in a conference room sitting at a boardroom table. People were gathering, greeting one another, having sidebar conversations, just a lot of chatter. It started to make sense when I noticed that they were all women. Go figure. Then the next thing I noticed was that a majority of them looked like me. What the heck was going on? Then one of the women stood up. Somebody stood up, you know what I'm saying, to call the meeting to order. She was so strong, classy, firm, articulate. Just, you could tell she was being herself. She proceeded to say, You're not the boss, pointing across the table to another young lady who looked like me. You're not the boss. You're not the boss, and neither are you. We are all part of one entity. We are all part of Stephanie. We may not be the same, but we all have the same job to do, and that is to protect and progress her. Then she went into introducing herself and then went around the table so that all the others could do the same. But she never pointed to me, thank God. But I was starting to get an understanding of what may be happening. I was like a fly on the wall. I could see and I could hear everything, but I couldn't speak. So I just observed. A couple of the women, whom none of the other women recognized, were excused from the meeting. That's when it hit me. All these women were different parts of me. The shy Stephanie, the spunky Stephanie, the tough Stephanie, the romantic Stephanie, the nurturing Stephanie, the business professional Stephanie, the emotional Stephanie, the free fun loving Stephanie, the intellectual Stephanie, the spiritual Stephanie, Mama Steph, and Auntie Steph. They were all there. She continued to speak, saying, "We all have our roles to play. We have to trust and respect the one who steps front and center. It is her turn to speak. She is the best person for the job at that moment in time. We will not fight for the position. We will stand behind her and support her. We may have turmoil and chaos around us with all the fussing and the fighting, the confusion, and so much uncertainty in this world. In here, in this boardroom, we don't fight, not each other. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I have your back, I have your back, and I have your back." And she pointed to every woman in that room. And when she got finished, she said, "I love you." And they all started saying, "I love you too, I love you too, I love you too." You get the picture. They all agreed, and that day was the day that we, made a conscious decision to be our own best friend. That was in 2015, and that's when I accepted myself on another level. So tell me why I was struggling with self acceptance again in 2018, 2019, 2020, etc. Because I stopped trusting myself. I stopped trusting that the version of Stephanie that was front and center was the right one for the job. I had started trying to fit into a particular mold and be someone that I wasn't. It was so subtle that I hardly even noticed it until it was more than noticeable. I had broken my own agreement. I truly love the uniqueness and authenticity of being yourself. I thought I had lost it. I thought I had lost me until I realized that I was just figuring things out. That's all. I had reached a new level and I didn't recognize where I was and what was going on. My lack of confidence was because I was entering into spaces that I wasn't familiar with. It was all new. I was headed to a place where a new version of me was needed in order to survive and definitely to thrive. I'm excited about the evolved version of me. I can't wait for her presence to fill the room, the boardroom. We all need to up our game. And when that meeting is called to order, the main objective on the agenda is authenticity. May we stand out and connect with our assigned audience. Self acceptance gives you peace. It alleviates stress, allows you to shine despite the circumstances, and it keeps you front and center at all times. Accepting who you are and owning it in your life and in your business is a powerful tool for success. When you embrace your uniqueness, you attract the love that you desire. You attract the things that you want to obtain. You attract the life that you want. You even attract customers who value what you have to offer, and you create a fulfilling career that aligns with your values and goals. Remember to focus on your strengths and what makes you stand out. Don't worry about conforming to someone else's idea of success. Own it and own your business. Take some time this week to reflect on your unique qualities and strengths. Identify what sets you apart from others and how you can use that to your advantage. Share your insights with us on social media using the hashtag #OwnIt. Well, I'd like to thank you for listening to the Mind Your Business Mentor podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on future episodes. See you next time. And remember, a little advice from your mentor: mind your business.